Welcome to the Kickstart Your Edge Play to Win Leadership Podcast,
where we've flipped the script with our groundbreaking modus operandi to bring you real, relevant, and relatable tactics and techniques to master your own play to win mindset.
Talk about a superpower. It's time to iron your cape.
What we know for sure is what got you here won't get you there.
You can't see the spinach in your own teeth.
And finally, hang on, because this one is really deep. Once you realize that you are the traffic, everything makes complete and unadulterated sense.
Welcome to the Edge, where playing not to lose is not an option. So, Kara, as you know, a lot of our clients lately have been talking about hallway conversations, gossiping among teammates, and a lot of change and uncertainty that's caused the negativity about what's happening escalate and elevate within their organizations. So I thought it might be good for us to talk a little bit about gossip. So when you first hear, Karen, the word gossip, what do you think of?
So it's funny, Jen, because now I think something different than I thought because we've been talking about it. But originally, right, when you really think of gossip, you think of it as being a negative thing, right? You think it's like the water cooler talk that's not helpful, that's not productive, that gets in the way of so many different things that people are actually trying to accomplish at work.
Yeah, it's usually typically about what's wrong. What it's really filled a lot of the time with MSU. Right. So we've talked about MSU many times. You can go back and hear other podcast episodes about it, but it's basically we make shit up. And a lot of times gossip is expressing thoughts about why people do or don't do certain things. And usually they are based in nothing.
You know, it's so funny because it almost has that it just piques your curiosity. And often what happens is people are just, I don't want to hear it, I don't want to hear it, I don't want to hear it, but you get a little bit curious because so often people really want to hear what that latest scoop is because they want to feel like they're in the loop and they want to be involved. But the thing that's interesting about it is that when people do engage in it, it actually allows, it allows for a little bit more togetherness if they're focusing on something that's more positive.
Yes, totally. So if you think about gossip in the workplace, it's either going to take one or two lanes. One is like dealing with a personal focus, and the other is an organizational focus. So some people may gossip about personal grievances or struggles related to another team member, somebody at work. Or they may look at the organization and what's happening within the organization from things of, competition or, profits or org structure, things like that look at it from a more systems point of view. Either way, whether it's a personal focus or an organizational focus, the type of gossip that people participate in is either going to build or erode trust between individuals, or it's going to build or undermine the trust in the organizational culture. Both of them will affect culture overall.
You know, Jen, I want to hit pause on that for 1 second because I think it's important to define what really is gossip?
Great.
Because as I'm sitting here saying it, I mean, it's conversations all the time, casual discussions, but what really truly is gossip? And I didn't click on Gerald Webster yet, but it's probably something about informal conversations. But I wonder why, now that I'm saying this, why does it get such a bad rap? if it's only informal conversations, unless it's focused on rumors and focused on what's not true.
Right. Or it's made up stories.
Right.
Right. So it's not true, like you said, focused on rumors, and also about a lot of times people gossip about things they won't bring up in a meeting or in a direct one-on-one. So one key question is about, if you're a leader in an organization and you've been hearing gossip, what does it say about your team culture? Because the type of gossiping that happens will be a reflection of the culture that's being created. So sometimes you can hear even about positive gossip, right? Hey, did you hear so-and-so got promoted? And it's because they're amazing with their analytical skills, right? Something like that. That's positive gossip. It's, hey, did you hear? This is good news. We just got this win. We closed this deal. We're going to get Friday off, right? All those things that kind of feel really good about it. So maybe even having a culture of positive gossip is a good way to go, because the negative gossip is usually around uncertainty that is better dealt with in a formal environment. As a team, what do we need to be talking about that we're not talking about? We're in a period of uncertainty. What questions are coming up? What stories are being made up about what's happening? How can we address those?
Yeah, and in organizations too, Jen, if you think about that, it's so much of it, it probably gives, some insights as to almost kind of like the written rules, and it's the, how we do things around here kind of thing.
Yeah.
So although there might not be formal policies and procedures, it's just like the understanding of how things really work.
Yeah. And if you take a step back and you look at gossip, when you can understand it, look at the patterns, look at the people, etc., you'll see a few things. And you already said this, Karen, is gossip increases belonging and well-being. It creates a connection. If we could do that around positive gossip versus negative gossip, then we've hit a home run, so to speak. Gossip also can really bridge that gap between official communication and reality, which is going to allow you to say, what do we need to be more transparent about? What do we need to be communicating? How do we silence hallway conversations with being able to address things in a public forum? And it also, go ahead, what?
I was just going to say, it's almost about how do you create a culture of positive gossip?
Yeah, because gossip also helps you navigate the culture, and you can identify trustworthy, collaborative colleagues by what's happening. The thing is the more you try to silence gossip, quit talking about that, quit spread, that doesn't really work. It's more about saying, what is the connection people want to feel? What is the information that is leading them to gather around the negativity? And what is it that needs to be changed, addressed, done differently to help people feel included with information that truly matters?
Yeah, and if you're listening to this and you're a leader, pay attention to that gossip. You're going to find, what's really going on in your culture and how there might be some misalignments, there might be some conflicts, there might be some tension. And because if you think about it, people are only going to gossip about things that matter to them. So start listening, and then you can change that culture.
I love it. All right, that's it.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Kickstart Your Edge Play to Win Leadership Podcast.
Craving more? Of course you are.
Check out our website at kickstartyouredge.com,
where we fire you up, fan the flames of your competitive edge culture, and ignite your tenacious pursuit of an all-out play-to-win mindset.